you use with YouTube. This is going to be the member cards section and membership page as well. So uh, I have a demo over here that I've done before. So all these cards that I'm going to be doing is basically just displaying the subscription cards that are showing over here. So we're just going to be displaying the content dynamically with the MDB cards. And this button is going to take us to the contact page. Okay. And by the way, don't worry about the footer. I'm going to add in a section for the footer at the end of the video. So let's get to it. Okay. So I'm just going to go into membership cards and do RFCE. Okay. I'm going to keep this to the side. Okay. And right now I'm going to be starting like you guys. So I'm just going to keep in the demo over here. Again, to just save up time. And let me close this. Okay. So if you do remember in the previous videos, we're not going to do anything really new here. We could just get the about a cards query or the about brands query. So we could just get the same query over here and just change it. So let's go over here. And instead of cards, we could do membership cards and set membership cards. In terms of the query, we're just going to change the type to membership. And again, if you want to check out your, you also need to import these guys. So if this is going to be the useState and useEffect hooks. So useState and useEffect. Okay, and also the client, the Sanity client. So we're just going to import the client. What else? We're just going to change the set cards to set membership cards. So yeah, right now it's not displaying anything because basically we're not just passing in any properties. So we're just gonna import one last thing that's gonna be the URL for. Again, this just changes the image uh, object to a URL link that we could use. So basically, like here it is, like an image URL builder. It just builds up a link for your image. Okay. So in terms of the GUI itself, so we could just display them for now. So I'm just going to display them, but basically mapping over them, if you do remember mapping. So we're just going to do the map again and membership card, as well as the index. Afterwards, we could just render a div for now. And there's something that I'm doing that is incorrect right now. So let me just double check the syntax. Okay. So we're turning the div and just membership cards map over the membership card, and then index. Okay. So let's return a div, an empty div. And inside that div, we could start adding in the properties. So let's give it the key of membership card and plus the index to make it unique. And in the previous videos, there's one section that I did in empty fragments. You don't do that just because it will just give you an error over here that you don't have a unique key while you actually do. So just remember to remove that. That was in the first section we did, which is the about cards. Okay. So let me just continue and let's get the, actually we don't need to get the GUI code right now. Let me continue. So I'll do the GUI at the end. So we could just pass over the properties right now because we're mapping over them. So we could get the membership card title. So it's supposed to display that right now. Let me just refresh that. Uh, okay, so maybe we just need to continue. So let me just continue that. Or membership card at that. Okay, so if we go into the back end and then the schemas and membership, we could get the key IDs over here. So here they are. So we could just copy and paste this a couple more times and dot description and membership card also dot image, but this we're basically gonna use the URL for. So we're just gonna get this and actually add it into an image tag for now. Give it the source of the URL for and then the property. What else? Okay, membership card dot price. Okay, so right now we could just start actually showing up the GUI. It's not showing anything because I think the footer is just hiding everything. But actually, let me also check the developer tools. Okay. Okay. So why is it not showing any content? Okay, let me just check out the query membership, and that is membership as well. Maybe we just need to restart the server, so yarn start. I'm just checking out the demo if I did ever like anything different. Go back to the membership. Okay. Okay, right now it's not displaying anything. That's a little bit weird. So actually, let's just continue. So as you can see, like I did this before, but it is just a little bit weird. So I'm just gonna copy this old one and let me just put that over here. And let's check out actually if it displays anything. I think it's just in terms of the GUI. So let's actually start by just displaying the GUI. Maybe the footer is just over it right now. Could do an inspect and just check out if it's there. So we have the H2. I'm just making sure if the information is passed from the membership card. Okay, let's get this. Okay, I understand why right now it's not displaying the content. So this is not supposed to be a parenthesis. This is supposed to be a bracket. Let's do that, and here they are. So that is the error that I did before. So that is why it was not showing up. So again, we could do an inspect and just check out the info if it's passed or not. And by the way, the assets that I'm using is from Iconic Design, not like sponsored by any of them by them or anything, but they are an open source. So if you just go into Iconic Design and then 3D assets, you could find in the assets that I use today for the membership cards. Okay, so here they are. And just go to Iconic Design and just 3D assets, sign up, and then download whatever 3D assets that they have for free. And most of them have like MIT license, so you could use like a lot of assets from here. Uh, so let me put that to the side again, and let me start by building up the GUI for you guys, okay? You could use the same GUI we used in the about card, which is actually basically the same thing, but I'm just gonna add in more styles to it, okay? So let me just keep the demo over here and let's get to it, okay? So what I did before is just I added in again just a MDB container to wrap everything up, and I'm just gonna get the imports from here, guys, okay? So you could just uh, follow along with the imports over here. Here they are, and let's start. So I do remember doing an MDB container and being it fluid, of course, so it'd be responsive on all screens. Let's put this here. Okay, what else? I did an MDB row. Let's put this actually to the side over here. MDB row. And inside that MDB row, I actually did, I do remember doing the MDB column inside. So we're actually gonna do that. So we're just gonna add an MDB column inside because we want to map over the column, not over the uh, like row. And we're gonna give it a size of 4, okay? So I'm just gonna put that over here, and here it is. But let me just give it the size of 4. Okay, so if we go right now, as you can see, it's going up like 3 sections. We want that to be actually 4 sections, so I'm gonna make that size to be 3, not 4, okay? So here it is. Of course, right now it's still not finished at all, but we're gonna be styling that still continuing, okay? So in that MDB column, we're gonna add in an MDB card, and we're actually gonna give that card a background of dark, so a class name of BG dark. Okay, and let's add in the properties over here. Okay, so let's first off by doing the MDB card image. And since that we got the properties already, we could just get the source from here. And we could give it the alt also of the membership card title. And one last thing also, see this question mark that I'm just gonna add right now? This is basically gonna help you if like any of the properties have any issues. It's not gonna break your website, so just make sure if you're passing properties to pass this question mark. Okay, so we did the image. Let's do the title actually, yeah, the subtitle. So we could add in a subtitle, and we can also add in a MDB card footer, okay? So MDB card footer, and that is where we're gonna add in the description. But we don't want the description to be like this. We want it to be like a just a preview of the description, and then like the whole text when we hover over it. So there is actually a fix for this in the GUI called MDB info tooltip, I think. Let me just yeah, tooltip. So MDB React info tooltip. So let me just show you a quick example. So here it is. So what I did before is that basically I got the MDB like the card description, but I also did something called dot slice, as I do recall. It's a method, and this method accepts two parameters over here. We could add in 0 and like 10. Okay, and also let's add in just a couple of dots. So let me show you what that is going to do. Okay, so if you go back here, right now we're not going to see any text, but if I just okay, there's something that I'm doing that is incorrect. So let me just go back to the demo and check out the slice method that I used. Okay, it's a little bit weird. I'm basically just doing the same thing. So let me just add in this actually to just a paragraph. Okay, and let's make this 15. One last thing. Uh, uh, uh. Okay, so we need just to add this outside the method, not inside the method. That is what is making it not show up. Here it is. So I'm gonna slice over the description because we just want to show a preview of it, and then we want to show the whole description in the tooltip, okay? So if I just get that tooltip over here, okay, we could just add in the tooltip afterwards over here. Inside there, we're gonna add in actually the description we just did, and inside that title, we're gonna add in the same thing, but we're gonna remove that slice method because that is where it's gonna take the actual information of the description. So if I go back to Jim's gym, here they are, and we got the information showing up. So again, uh, I'm not gonna waste your time. So I'm just gonna go into the demo and we're gonna get the styling that I did before. So you could do this. You could do this like show up the cards like on all screens to have the size of 4, but that's not what I did. If I go into the demo, you're gonna find out that I have this properties over here. And what they are, if I go over them really quickly, okay, let me just go over here and let me remove this size 3, okay? Right now, as you can see on X small devices, it has the column uh, size of 12, so it takes up the whole screen. On small screens, on medium screens, it's 3, so we have that 4 section. On large screens, it's the same thing, and X large is the same thing. But again, if we go to small, so small devices, we have it on 6, and NX small, we have it on 12. Okay, so that is basically what I did in terms of just the uh, queries or breakpoints and MDB Bootstrap. Okay, I also added in a link for the slug. You don't have to do this because we're not gonna actually be using this. But you can add a slug. So let me just show you an example. So if I just go into uh, the card over here and let me just uh, okay, not here. Don't say okay here. So let me just do that one more time. Apologize for this. And we just need to import that. I just want to show you what the slug actually does. Okay, that's a little bit weird. MDB module build. What? Okay, so I think I already have that. MDB card link is not defined in about cards. Okay, so I think I did something wrong in the about cards. Okay. Yeah, here it is. So when I press on this slug, you're gonna find out that it takes you to another page with the object like passed over here in the URL. So you could pass in the object itself, and you could pass in like a page for the slug. So you could actually show a single page for each uh, card, but I'm not gonna do that over here. I'm just gonna add in a link for contact the gym itself to actually do these membership cards. Okay, because I don't want to make the project over complex for you. Okay, so again, let me just go into the demo and let me close this. And let me also get the styles. So again, I'm just adding in a maximum height for the styles. Give it just some shadow and a background dark and just a width of 100 and height of 100. Also, I added in the ripple. That's what I forgot. Okay, just I didn't mention that. So we could just add in the ripple and add in all the uh, content for the card itself over here. We could also add in a mask, which I did before. So actually, let me just, yeah. So basically, I did the same thing, but I just added in some styling. Okay, so I'm not gonna go over that a lot because again, this is just some GUI, so you could do your own. But here it is if you want to do the same thing. Okay. Again, we're just passing over the properties like we did in the previous video. We're adding the tooltip for the description. And finally, we're just adding in a button that's going to take us to the contact page. Okay. So that is it in terms of the membership cards, by the way, you guys. So there's not anything else actually we're just going to be doing here. Comment down below and see you guys actually in the next section. We're going to be doing the contact form, and we're also going to be doing the classes form. And the classes is going to be basically the same thing as membership. So if you want to do the same thing over here just in classes, that is okay if you don't want to continue on watching. But the only last thing that I'm going to be doing is the contact form. We're going to be using email.js, okay? So see you guys in the next video.